everyone. I look so white with the light on and nighttime being right now. I was gonna do this video tomorrow, but I just feel such an urge in my spirit to do it tonight and upload it. So before I give the rapture dream, tribulation period, and what Jesus told me when we got raptured, let me just share the words he gave me before everything started, before the pandemic started. So right before it started, he gave me the words, be strong and courageous and know that I am God. And we see it in, what is it, Isaiah 34:5, how it says, oh my gosh, 34, give me 1 second, Leah. Say the wrong page. Oh no, not 34, that's why. 35:4-5, and it says, say to those with fearful hearts, be strong and do not fear, for your God is coming to destroy your enemies, and he is coming to save you. And when he comes, he will open the eyes of the blind and unplug the ears of the deaf. All right. So let's be honest. I don't feel like, maybe things will get back to normal. I don't feel that, honestly. But I feel like we're in this season where, like, he wants us to open our eyes. We're in that season where we're literally in the last days where he wants us to save more people, because the enemy has thrown so many lies about his identity, about who God is, about his love. And it's like, the Lord wants more people to be saved, because if it would be him to come right now, barely any of us would be saved. And it's like, I don't feel, like we have a lot of time, but I don't feel like we have a little bit of time, I feel like he can come anytime, but he still has promises to fulfill, and I feel like we're about to, just get into worse, because I've been seeing so much on, just seeing how the food is running out and everything. And it's like everything's going to get worse, and we're going to get into a season where we're going to have to learn to trust in him completely, which I'm grateful that, last year and the year before, that is what, he has shown me. And I feel like for me, 2020 was just a year for me to see him in a deeper level, in a new way, and to see who he really is, to really trust him, and just to see how much power and authority he had, how much he can literally change things in just 1 second. He doesn't need a whole lot of time, he doesn't need a whole year, a whole month. No, he can literally change things in a second, And I feel like right now, we're in the season where he is just giving us time to continue saving more people, because everything is just, it seems to just keep getting worse and worse. And we know that we're living in the tribulation period, the pre-tribulation, we can say, better said. So this dream that I had. This was about, I think it was like in 2018 that I had this dream. I was in the hospital because I was being observed to see if I would qualify with the brain surgery that I needed for the epilepsy I used to have, which thankfully I got, and I was cured like he promised me. 2018, someone gave me the prophecy right in the middle when he was preaching. He started giving out prophecies to the church, and when he pointed at me, he just told me, God's gonna cure you. The next year, God cured me, so praise God, because that was another promise that he made me that he fulfilled. So we're just gonna read quickly Mark. I'm gonna use like the New King James version, because the NIV length one I was reading before, I don't like it much. I need to get another English Bible. I have a lot of Spanish Bibles, but not English, unfortunately. All right, so I'm just gonna read from 24 to 27, and it says, but in those days, after the tribulation, the sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its lights. The stars of the heaven will fall, and the power in the heavens will be shaken. Then they will see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory. And then He will send his angels and gather together his elect from the four winds, from the farthest parts of the earth to the farthest parts of heaven. All right, now, when it comes to tribulation, I've had a couple of dreams with tribulation. I'm not gonna lie on that. I've had a tribulation where I was being persecuted, and many people were being persecuted, not just me. We were being chased around by policemen, by army people, and dogs. And I remember in one dream, there were like fire falling from the sky. So I was thinking that it was like, you know, comets or stars, but I literally turned around and there was fire coming from the sky just dropping onto the earth. That was one dream I had. I think that dream I had was last year in 2021. I think that was the dream that I had last year, or it was in 2020. It was one of those 2 years. Now, the dream that I had with Jesus right before I got raptured, I was in the woods running, just trying to find a place. I was being chased by dogs and policemen. They were trying to capture me. Now, I ended up finding a place, a building, and as I go in the building, there was only one door open, by the way, and I entered through that door. As I entered into the building, it was full of youth. It was full of young people. Like, no one looked older than 18. Like, everyone was 17 and under. Yet there was no babies, there was no toddlers. When it comes to kids, everyone seemed to be like 7, 8 and up. So between 7, 8 to 17 years old, everyone was around that age. So I go in, everyone's wearing a uniform. All of them were wearing uniforms except for me. And as I go in, I start asking people, what is this place? Who are you guys? Where's everyone? You know, and everyone seems to ignore me when I start asking them all these questions. Like, no one wanted to answer. I go around to different tables because everyone was sitting in tables. I go around to different tables and no one wanted to answer me the questions. So then, I don't know where I see this little child, just bare underwear that he had, no pants, no shirts, no socks, nothing. He was in his underwear and he had scars. No, I don't want to say scars. You know how Jesus got hit with the rope and his body, like he had open parts of his body, blood running, you know, down. Yeah, that was that little boy all around his body. Like, blood was draining all around his body just because he had a lot of like open bare skin parts and sections all over his body. And I go up to the little guy, you know, and I ask him, who are you? Who did this to you? What happened? You know, I start asking him all these questions and he just cries, walks away. And then he went to a corner and sat down there. As he sat down there, I go with him and I start asking him more questions. And all that he says to me is, I don't know how I got here. I was just looking for my parents. I don't know how I got here. I was just looking for my parents. And then someone comes up to me and he just tells me, what are you doing here? If they see you here, you're never gonna get out. Get out of here. If they see you here, you're never gonna get out. And then, you know, that's when I got scared. I started looking for the exit. I don't know where. I just end up in my room. I end up in my room. I was asleep. I was peacefully asleep in my bedroom, my old bedroom, better said. And I start floating. I start floating in the air. And I was scared because I was like, whoa, what's happening? Why am I floating on my bed in the air? What is going on? I was so afraid. I was afraid. I will not lie. I was so terrified in my dream. I remember my face. I was like, I was scared. And then that's where Jesus spoke to me. And that is where I heard the Father. And that is where Jesus said to me, you have been one of the chosen ones. Do not be afraid. And after that, we rose up to the skies. It was nighttime, like I said. And when we go up there, the clouds, oh my god, it was like, you know, like when it's morning time and the sunrise is coming. Yeah, it was like the sunrise. That's the color up there. That it was so beautiful, like gorgeous. The halls were made out of gold, and then the edges there were some little like diamonds and crystals. It was beautiful. Diamonds, better said. It was sparkly, so beautiful. And I was turning this way, you know, well, might be to your right, for me it was to my left. And I just see a crowd of people coming in, dancing, you know, it was elders, young people, babies, toddlers, moms, dads, families, holding hands. They were so happy. They were very, very happy. Some people were holding hands, which I'm assuming were family members. They were holding hands, dancing. Others were just dancing alone, jumping around, singing in tongues, because I did not understand what they were saying. But everyone was so happy. Everyone. And that is where Jesus, I don't know, just speaks to me again. And he says to me, turn around. As I turn around to my right, which is to your left now, but turn around to my right. Oh, and by the way, if anyone else had this dream, hit me up, because I know I saw 3 other people up there with me to my left side. So I don't know if I was the only one that rose up, because he told me you were one of the chosen ones. I don't know if I was the only one or anyone else was, you know, rose up with me when because I saw like 3 other people down a little bit far away. I couldn't speak to them, but if you had this dream as well, hit me up. Anyways, as I turn around to my right, I see people coming to behind me and in front of me. And then they were all turned around the same way. And I realized I was forming a cross. And at the end of the cross, everyone would disappear. And that was so beautiful. It was beautiful because everyone was so happy. Everyone was dancing. Oh, sorry. It was just an amazing experience. And then Jesus speaks to me again. And that is where he told me the words. Tell my church to get ready. Tell my church I am on my way. In an angry voice, he told me, tell my church to stop sinning. Tell my church to stop lying. I am on my way. Ooh, I just felt chills right now saying that. Oh, Shamaradresaya. And that's where I woke up. That's literally where I woke up. I woke up, I called the doctors, and because I was shaking, you know, it was just so much power, honestly. They just told me, you know, your blood pressure just went up really high, but you're good. And that was basically a dream. Now, the more revelation that he gave me, that later on I saw videos on as well that had something similar, is, like I said in the beginning, things will not get better, you know. Things are going to get worse. Things will get worse for sure. There's going to be a season, there's going to be a point where the government's literally going to start separating families, you know. He's going to separate families. And, you know, the Lord's going to take the little ones, the innocent ones, their babies, their kids are innocent. He's going to take them. But the devil and the government, they're going to separate families to make it seem like they have all the young ones, you know. But in reality, you know, the babies, the little ones, the toddlers, they're going to rise up, you know. And those, unfortunately, those youth who didn't get saved are going to stay and be tortured. They're going to be tormented. They're going to be, they're not going to care if they kill them by hitting them, you know. They're not going to care. They will not care. And that is why, you know, we just need to open their eyes, because the way they're going to get tortured, it's not going to be funny. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be horrible. Like, I'm telling you guys, the way that I saw that little boy when he tried to escape the way that I saw blood running all over his body, his skin being bare open because of how bad they had hit him, that was terrifying. That hurt me so much. When I say they will torture the little ones, they are going to torture the little ones that do not get saved. And do not be surprised, when the government says that, that they're going to start taking away kids who are not vaccinated from their families. Or up to the point where, they're just going to take away and separate all families, just pretending like they're protecting them. But in reality, they're just torturing them. That was the more clarification he had given me, because I honestly didn't understand why he had shown me that jail place in the first place. But it was for that reason, because that's what the enemy is going to do. He's literally, we all know he's here to kill, steal, kill, and destroy. He's literally going to do those three things with them. He's going to steal them away from their family. He's going to separate them. And I'm telling you guys, they will struggle to the point where they're going to hit him up to the kids that even by pain, they might die. It was horrible. And we need to be prepared. We need to unite as a church. Something that, that I saw, and I don't know, I felt so much happiness in me. Just seeing how the churches are uniting, Just for us living at Nova, just seeing how so many churches are uniting now. That's literally what the Lord wants, Because when he spoke to me, he literally said, tell my church. He did not say, tell my churches. He did not say, tell my religions. He said, tell my church. Tell my church to get ready. That was the way he said to me. He did not tell me churches. He told me, tell my church to get ready. So before he comes, we have to unite. We have to help each other. We have to become one church. We can't continue to fight with each other. We can't continue to compete with each other. We have to unite and help each other, because things will get worse, and we just need to learn how to work with each other, how to help with each other in every way, spiritually, physically, financially, everywhere. We have to help each other, just because it's going to get worse, guys. It's not going to get easier. And for those who stay during the tribulation period who don't get saved, it is going to be so bad. And we might try to warn them. We might try to save them, and if they don't listen, we really can't do anything. But just remember that he's literally gonna not even answer if people pray during those days. He's gonna be celebrating with us up in heaven, We just have to try to save as many as we can. From kids to adults to the youth to elders, everyone. Because when I had that dream, it was so beautiful just seeing everyone, no age limit, like from little babies, little toddlers, mommies holding literally kids in their hands, but still dancing and praising him. It was so beautiful. And that is what he wants, he just wants us to be united. He wants us to help each other, through everything that's gonna go on. He's literally gonna strengthen us. He's gonna drop so much power. Like when I say I've had so many dreams, where he's shown me that, not I have, but he's shown me the type of power and authority he's gonna give me. It is amazing, up to the point where like chains being broken without, us having to judge anyone over ministering, or just like the rooms being filled with the spirit, and just everyone, like not everyone, usually it was like 70 or 80% of the room would just fall on the floor by themselves while I would start delivering and breaking chains and everything. It's gonna be so much power he's gonna drop, but at the same time, it's gonna be a lot of warfare with the enemy and his lies. So that was it. We just have to get prepared and not fall for the enemy's lies and unite as one. Hope everyone has a blessed day. God bless you.